Welcome to the special meeting of the Liquor Control Commission for Monday, August 22nd. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady. Here. Commissioner Kruger.
Present.
Commissioner Vogel.
Here.
Commissioner Papantos.
Present.
Commissioner Vito.
Here.
Commissioner Lang informed the board he would not be here this evening, and Chairperson Argyris.
Here. Item number 4.
In consideration of a Class I liquor license, Wheeling Helping Hands, for an event to be held at Market Square Restaurant on September 9th and 10th, 2016.
Thank you. Commissioners Vogel and Brady, you got a statement to make?
I'll be abstaining.
Yes.
Could you?
We're on the committee, so we will not be voting on this.
Thank you. Managers Fondelis.
Thank you. As you heard, Wheeling Helping Hands is a local committee that is organizing what is a total of a 3-day event starting on the 8th. The liquor portion is only the 9th and the 10th. That will be a fundraiser for mostly our public safety in town and other charitable organizations. The application before you it was put together by Wheeling Helping Hands and actually has a change in applicant. We're going to change the name on the application to Rich Rosen from its current Mike Kurgan. All other information remains the same, and I would ask that when you consider approval that there are 5 conditions to be added to your approval. First is that the $100 liquor license fee be paid. Second, receipt of a certificate of insurance. Third, successful results of a background check. Fourth, satisfactory completion of the liquor license application. And fifth, that all other requirements of the application be completed in full.
Any questions?
One question.
Commissioner Papantos.
Manager Sfondelis, you said it's $100. I thought Class I was a $50 per event, or is it per day?
It's per day.
It's per day?
I believe that's correct, yes.
Thank you.
Well, can I piggyback on that? Why are we charging $100? I think we should waive the $100.
You absolutely can waive it.
I'd like the consensus. It would be okay to waive it. Trustee Papantos.
Yes.
Trustee Vito. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Commissioner Vito.
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger.
Yes.
And myself, yes.
Can we add that as a 6th condition?
That's correct. That's fine. If there are any other questions, entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Commissioner Kruger made the motion, second by?
Second with the conditions as stated?
Thank you. Second by Commissioner Papantos. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady.
Abstain?
Commissioner Kruger.
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel.
Abstain.
Commissioner Papantos.
Yes.
Commissioner Vito.
Yes.
Chairperson Argyris.
Yes, thank you. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Brady, second by Commissioner Papantos. Roll call.
2, 3, 4. Commissioner Brady.
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger.
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel.
Yes.
Commissioner Papantos.
Yes.
Commissioner Vito.
Yes.
Chairperson Argyris.
Yes, thank you. The special meeting for August 22nd is now called to order. Roll call.
At 6:33. Trustee Brady.
Here.
Trustee Kruger.
Present.
Trustee Vogel.
Present.
Trustee Papantos.
Present.
Trustee Vito.
Here.
Trustee Lang informed the board he would not be here this evening, and President Argyris.
Here. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes for the joint workshop meeting of June 9th, 2006.
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Brady,
Second.
second by Trustee Kruger. Roll call.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Kruger.
Yes.
Trustee Vogel.
Yes.
Trustee Papantos.
Yes.
Trustee Vito.
Yes.
President Argyris.
Yes, thank you. Item 6, any changes to the agenda first?
None this
Nothing?
evening.
Okay. Item 6, proclamations, Madam Clerk.
Proclamation Village of the Wheeling National Senior Center Month, September 2016. Older Americans are significant members of our society, investing their wisdom and experience to help enrich and better the lives of younger generations. For 30 years, the Wheeling Pavilion Senior Center has acted as a catalyst for mobilizing the creativity, energy, vitality, and commitment of the older residents of Wheeling. Through a wide array of services, programs, and activities, the Wheeling Pavilion Senior Center empowers older citizens to contribute to their own health and well-being and the health and well-being of their fellow citizens of all ages. The Wheeling Pavilion Senior Center affirms the dignity, self-worth, and independence of older persons by facilitating their decisions and actions, tapping their experiences, skills, and knowledge, and enabling their continued contribution to the community. Dean Argyris, President of the Village of Wheeling, does hereby proclaim September 2016 as National Senior Center Month in the Village of Wheeling, congratulates the Wheeling Pavilion Senior Center on its 31st anniversary, and calls upon all citizens to recognize both the special contributions of the Senior Center participants and the special efforts of the staff and volunteers who work every day to enhance the well-being of the older citizens of our community.
Thank you. Director Weezer? Share this with your staff. Thanks again. Next item.
Life-Saving Awards, Officer Bulenda, Officer Martorano, and Sal Dominguez.
Thank you. Chief?
As way of introductions, immediately to my right is Officer Dennis Bulenda. He's been a police officer in Wheeling for 13 years. He's a certified field training officer, truck enforcement officer, traffic crash investigator. He's been a past member of the Warrant Service Team. He has a previous life-saving award, and he's a recipient of several Wheeling Traffic Officer of the Year awards. Next to him is Officer, smiling, Officer Brian Mortano. He's been with us for 20 years. He's a member of the Warrant Service Team. He is a range officer. He's also a certified field training officer. He has several department commendations and letter of commendations. And next to him is our citizen who initiated this event, and that's Sal Dominguez. So thank you very much. And the award, as it reads that they have, is on June 16th, 2016, a traffic accident occurred in the parking lot of the Wheeling Walmart, in which a vehicle struck a safety pole near the store entrance. Sal Dominguez was inside the store shopping. He became aware of the accident and rushed outside. The victim, who was the driver involved in the traffic accident, was in medical distress. The victim wasn't breathing and had no pulse. Sal removed the victim from the vehicle and began performing CPR. Officer Martano and Officer Bulenda responded to the scene. Officer Martano arrived first and deployed the defibrillator on the victim. Officer Bulenda arrived on the scene, and both officers continued performing cardiopulmonary resuscitation on the victim until the arrival of the fire department. The fire department took over life-saving measures and continued life-saving measures and transported the victim to the hospital. Because of the immediate medical care provided by Sal Dominguez, Officer Brian Martano, and Officer Dennis Bulenda, the victim is expected to make a complete recovery. All three are to be commended for taking immediate life-saving actions, preventing a tragedy from occurring. And so I thank you, and everyone thanks you. And I think Officer Bulenda tells me the victim is here with us today, if you'd like to stand and be acknowledged. And thank you for being here today. Wow.
That's cool.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Good job, guys. Thank you. Good job.
Nice work.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Good job.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guy. Awesome.
You know, you hear so much on TV today about people don't care, you know? And here in our own backyards, we have folks that really do care. They don't think about themselves first, they think about those who are in need. And it's such a refreshing thing to see you, Sal, doing what you're doing. You have your family, and you took care of another family. And quick thinking with our staff and everything else. Good for you. Good for you, sir.
Thank you.
And we're very grateful for what you've done. Thank you. Citizens' concerns or comments?
There are none, Mr. President.
Okay, 13A.
13A, new business, all listed items for discussion and possible action. 13A, ordinance providing for the issuance of a $11,355,000 general obligation refunding bond, Series 2016 of the Village of Wheeling, Cook and Lake Counties, Illinois, for the purpose of refunding certain outstanding bonds of the village, providing for the levy and collection of a direct annual tax sufficient for the payment of the principal and interest on said bonds, pledging certain incremental taxes from a redevelopment project area of the village to the payment of said bonds, and authorizing the sale of said bonds to the purchaser thereof.
Thank you. Director Manishin, I think you got better news for us today.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. We got great news today. As the board is aware, this morning the village sold general obligation refunding bonds, the purpose of which was to refund the 2005 TIF revenue bonds that were issued for the Weston development. And while we expected an interest rate of about 1.76% and present value savings of $2.5 million, the bids were much better than expected. The winning bid carried an interest rate of about 1.13%, resulting in present value savings of $3,035,000, so much better than we expected. Tonight, I have Kevin McCanna here in the audience from Spear Financial. He's our financial advisor, and he's happy to answer any technical questions that you may have, and I can answer any questions that you have as well. We would ask that when you make the motion that you include the figure $11,355,000. The par amount of the bonds was reduced through the bidding process, so it's different than what was on your original agenda. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Michael. Questions from the board? Well, I'd be happy to accept a motion with the $11,355,000.
I'll be happy to make it.
Thank you.
I'd be happy to second it.
Thank you. Roll call. Motion by trustee Vogel, second by trustee Papantos.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Argyros.
Yes. Great job, guys. That's huge. You know, and again, we talked about this at the last meeting when you first brought this to us and getting us ready for the bond sale. How important is to keep the finances in order? How important to keep our bond rating strong and put policies in place so we're enabled to get windfalls like this. $3 million windfall. We were happy at $2.5 million. We end up with an additional $500,000, and it's all based on the parts of the puzzle that we've created in the last few years to make us an attraction to investors. And this is huge savings for the taxpayers in this community. So great job.
Thank you.
Great job, guys. Everybody here on the board, too. Great job. Okay, 13B.
Resolution accepting a bid from Builders Chicago Corporation to furnish and install 3 overhead garage doors at Fire Station 23 at a cost not to exceed $16,165.
Thank you. Chief McIsaac.
As alluded to, this is a replacement of 20-plus-year-old garage doors at Station 23. We went out for bids and actually ended up coming in over $4,000 under budget.
Questions from the board?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Krueger.
Second.
Second by trustee Papantos. Roll call.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Argyros.
Yes. 13C.
Presentation regarding redesign of the Village of Wheeling website.
Thank you, Manager Spondelis.
Thank you. I am excited tonight to introduce this item and introduce IT Director Luca Ursan, who's going to give some more technical detail. But tonight is the culmination of about 6 months worth of work, all spearheaded by Director Ursan, but involving representatives from every department in order to provide the community with a brand-new website. This started long ago as part of the strategic plan initiative. This fulfills one of the objectives requested during that process, and really is something that staff has been wanting to do for some time. While you will see some familiar items on the website, I could tell you that the whole thing has been rebuilt from the ground up, which is important when you think about the amount of information that is now available on websites, how sometimes it's just best to start over because you need to make sure that every page, every sentence is up to date and accurate. And really, that was the goal of this process, is to make the site easy to navigate, first and foremost, and second, useful, because that really is our main method of communication with our community. Aside from calling in and attending meetings, the website really is the first line of communication with our residents and businesses. So we are very proud to unveil the new website. As soon as this meeting is over, Director Ursan will make the site live, and that's quite a process to go through in order to redirect all of the links that exist in order to point to the new site. So with that, I will ask Director Ursan to let it roll and walk us through the new site.
Thank you, Manager Spondelis. Good evening, Mr. President. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. Thank you for the opportunity to speak in front of you tonight. I'm usually behind the scenes, so this is a change for me, and it's nice to see you all from this angle.
So that's what you look like.
Yeah. Before we unveil the new website, I'd like to just say a few words about the project, and forgive me if I repeat a few things that Manager Spondelis mentioned, but on behalf of staff, I would like to thank the board for challenging staff and giving us direction to work on this new assignment. We were excited to receive the task during the strategic plan process, and it was because we shared the same concerns as you. We all agreed that the current site is a bit old. It's actually over 6 years old, and it needs a fresh look. And so several months ago, we started the request for a proposal process, and we reviewed quite a few quotes. The result of that reviewing process led us to award the contract to Civic Plus. Civic Plus was our preferred choice to begin with, but they made it easier for us because they came in as the lowest bid. So the whole selection process was a little more straightforward. Civic Plus is a company that has quite a big footprint in the municipal website arena. They have over 20 years of experience, and the numbers we got from them is that they have over 2,000 municipal customers that they work with. So it was a company we can trust to hand this project to, and we're very happy with the result. This happens to be the village's third website launch, first one with Civic Plus. I'm honored to have this opportunity to be the presenter this evening, but I do want to let you all know that this was a team effort, just like Manager Spondelis mentioned. And I do want to take this opportunity to thank my colleagues for all their input and participation. We had many staff members that helped review the content to make sure everything is up to date and getting it ready to completion and getting it ready to roll out. So I do want to take one more opportunity here to mention one of my staff members, our webmaster, Daryl Shapiro, who worked very hard on making sure that the changes that the departments recognized needed to be done. He jumped in and took care of all those changes as late as this weekend as well, against my my advice, but that's how dedicated he is, and he put in the extra time to make sure we're ready for today. I think we all agree, as Manager Sfondeles said, our website is the digital gateway into our community, and it provides information about all the services we offer. And we anticipate this new design to be an even better tool and in providing information around the clock to our community and to visitors from all over the world. And now, I guess I'm done with my little intro, so without any more delays, we would like to unveil the official website, the new website of the Village of Wheeling. So Sam, if you would, please. And there it is. Hopefully it's on your screens as well. And if you don't mind, I'll take a few minutes just to kind of give you the highlights and kind of a quick overview of the homepage. As you can see, it does have a new, fresh look. We made sure to also incorporate the new slogan that the Village Board voted on a few weeks ago. I do have to apologize for one thing. It seems like the watermark here in the white circle area at the top doesn't seem to be very visible here on this equipment, but I guarantee you on the computers at home and on your tablets and your smartphones, that watermark is more visible. So what should be there, and hopefully you can see it better on your screen, it's a faint watermark of the wheel in our logo. Just a second, trying to catch up with my notes here. I apologize. The new site has an innovative, responsive design. What does responsive mean? It means that it's more accessible to across all platforms, starting from smartphones to tablets to computers, of course. But we wanted to make sure that it's easily accessible from any device, and I'd like to hopefully show you what that means. So as I adjusted the size of our browser window here, you can see this is a simulation of what it would look like on a smaller screen like a smartphone. So everything should be, buttons that are easily accessible through just tapping them. As we scroll down, the whole site now becomes a scrollable column here. I'll go full screen again just so we can explore more of it, but I wanted you to see what the responsive design actually is. Across the top we have, of course, our social media links to the other items, the other goals in the strategic plan, as you all wanted us to work on, was getting the Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channels out there. So those are the links towards our social media outlets. Below you'll see the main menu items that drop down. As you can see, many different selections here. We won't dive very deep into this tonight, but I just wanted to kind of share the functionality and how you can navigate it. We think it's a very intuitive site, easy to navigate, with action buttons that are clear and easy to understand. And as you can see, we have a little slideshow here. I happen to be on the business menu. And all these pictures, of course, are customizable, and we can change them to whatever we would like them to be. Some new things that I'd like to point out, these action buttons down here, primarily these two on the left, are new, that are not available on the current site. Submit a request would be an option where a resident or business owner in town can submit a request, an electronic request through a fillable form. And it's more than just an email that comes into staff. It's a trackable item with a database behind it, and it gets assigned to a staff member, and all that information is being tracked so that we can properly respond and show some history if we need to, more than just an email that has come in. Notify Me is a different type of service. This is more an interaction on the visitor's part. If a a person wanted to be notified about different things, for example, if I was resident Smith and I wanted to receive a copy of every agenda that's being rolled out, I would sign up through the Notify Me process. There's an email that I would need to put in, and then I click on these buttons, depending if it's a construction update or if I want to receive RFPs, RFQs from the Village of Wheeling, or like I said, a copy of the agenda for the week. And those type of news flashes and alerts could come in even through a text message or an email. So that's what those two buttons are all about down there. Another new thing I'd like to mention that we've incorporated. A few weeks ago, you saw an interactive map on construction updates. That is one of the primary buttons down here, which now the whole thing kind of fits together, the website with the interactive map for construction project. And of course, people have the option, visitors have the option to drill even further into the specific project and see more information and sign up for notifications on that as well. Speaking of story maps, I'd like to highlight one other story map that we thought would be nice to roll out at the same time with the new website, and it's very similar to the construction update map tour. It's an interaction map of our restaurant row. It's a nice way to highlight our famous restaurant row in a map format, and it also shows pictures and some information about the various restaurants. As you can see them here listed along Milwaukee Avenue, and then when you click on either a pin, gives you a little bit of information about the restaurant, and of course links to their website, along with drive-in directions if you were to click on the actual pin on the map. So it's a nice interactive way into Restaurant Row. One other thing that local governments have to do these days is have a transparency portal. So that's something we didn't quite have all together on the old site. We've definitely taken it to a new level here, and with the help of the finance department, we've come up with a top 10 list of what we should be displaying on this page. And of course, it's a work in progress, and we'll continue to add information, but we now have a transparency portal as well. Scrolling down on the homepage here, I just wanted to mention this tab feature. We're making use of the same screen real estate, but it's a clickable tab. So on one tab, it's the calendar of events, and then Wheeling News, and this is a scrollable list as well. We can also display all the views if we wanted to on a separate page. So there's various ways to get to the same information, but I was just trying to highlight what we have on the home page. The action buttons, as you go on an internal page, shift from the way they were at the top on the home page. Now they shift on the left side of the screen. So we're trying to have these main action buttons available within a couple of clicks wherever you might be on the site. That's about all I had to show. I would like to mention behind the scenes, one nice feature about the new platform is it is based on what's called a content management system, and we wanted to make sure we have that in the new website. What does that mean? That means that it allows for more than just the IT staff to be able to edit the site. We can have specific access given to various users, other staff members from different departments. And the reason we were pushing for this is simply for efficiency, to be quicker with updates, and we're spreading the workload so that they don't have to wait only for me or one of my staff members to make updates. So the system is capable of allowing, so let's say, someone in the fire department to access only the fire department section to be edited. And so then they do that, and it goes through an approval queue where the chief eventually has the ultimate say, yes, these updates are good, I approve them, they're on the site, and IT didn't have to be involved in making the text changes, for example. And the content management system, like I said, restricts access where we don't have to worry about someone non-technical, for example, damaging the site because they might be touching something that they are not supposed to. By design, they will not be able to make that change, so then there's no fear of a whole website crash, I guess, if you will. So that's a nice feature that we wanted to make sure we have in the new system, and that should allow to be, like I said, to be more efficient and for multiple people to work simultaneously on updates so we can be caught up to date. Last thing I wanted to mention is a website is never truly complete. It's a constant work in progress. There will be new things we have to add, old things we have to remove. But as I said, there will be more people now being able to make those changes, so we should be more up to date. And one more thing, it's an evolving project. Currently we offer, for example, only one option for online payments, which is to pay water bills online. But we do have a plan in the near future to look for other opportunities to offer more online payment options for parking tickets or other easy one-time transactions that can be handled over the web. Just trying to be more user-friendly.
Well, how long would that take to do?
With the current system we have, we cannot offer that, but there is an option through a company that doesn't want any upfront cost, and they will charge per transaction. So we will start talking to that company and see how we can get that going.
I think that would work with the Metro parking lot and all that stuff too, instead of having these folks come in here and make it simple for them, right?
Yes, definitely. So as I mentioned, I'll work with the finance department so we can pick something that both departments are happy with from a security standpoint as well. But like I said, it's going to be an evolving project. One last thing I want to mention about new things we will offer in the near future is also, if you remember, probably a year ago, maybe even longer now, we reported to you all that we implemented a new online portal to allow residents to view their water consumption. The system is called AquaHawk. We knew the new website is in the works and we don't want to roll it out twice, so that's going to be another system that will come along in the near future where residents and businesses will have the option to view their consumption online, their water consumption, and not have to call in to see those hourly details. I think this brings me to a close here. Thank you for the opportunity to speak, and I hope you like what you saw this evening.
Thank you. Trustee Kruger, any comments?
Yeah, I love it. I was itching to be clicking, but when you have it live, I'm certain that I will. Question, on our old site, or any of the sites that we had, did we ever run analytics to see if, where the traffic is driven? Is there traffic coming to the site? Do we look at that? Do we care?
Yeah, we looked at that in the past, not so much lately. The old site didn't have very robust analytics. This new one will have much better, and we'll be able to track it even more. But I will tell you from past experience looking at those reports, what we've noticed is our job openings page was one page that was quite often visited. And other than that, it was the board meeting agendas. Those are the two that stand out right now, but we'll be able to have even more.
I think as new feature sets come and evolve with the site, I think you'll start to see a little bit more. I do websites where I work, and sometimes I get excited to run the analytics, and then I get really depressed because nobody goes there. So, and I feel like I need to drive more traffic and think of another way. This is a little different. This is a service-oriented thing. If you don't want to look at it, then you don't. But at least anyone who does go there, they're going to really like this imagery. So nice work.
Thank you.
Really good.
Trustee Brady?
Great. I use this quite a bit. You know, a question comes up about codes, I constantly in the code section, it's easy to navigate now. I hope it's even easier yet. Although, I just upgraded my Windows 8, and I don't know. No, it's good. We got to keep it up with this here, and the more information we can put out there for our citizens, the happier they'll be. Thank you.
Trustee Vito?
Oh, looks good. Good work.
Thank you very much.
Trustee Papantos?
Yeah, thank you. It looks fantastic, Luca. Thank you very much. What effect is this going to have? I see you still have the live videos, so for those of us who don't have cable, we can still watch a meeting live if we choose to. On the side, it says live video. So.
That is correct. I don't know if we have the audio hooked up, but I just wanted you to see that. There you are. You are live.
Real time, too.
And you can turn that back, and then
Click right off of that.
So yes, we will continue to offer that.
and obviously, I can go back and watch a meeting.
That is correct.
The same agendas will be available.
I will share with you that it has been a challenge with the new website, but they are available right now if I were to go to the Agenda Center. The only reason I bring this up is for this month, I was able to make it in the exact format like we have it on the old website, where you have the nice agenda items, which are the video markers, so you can easily navigate that video by jumping quickly to that section. That's been a challenge, but we figured out how to make it work, and we will spend the rest of the week to do it for the remaining of the past months, going all the way to the beginning of the year. Right now, what you will find out there, if you check it out tomorrow, you will see just links to our YouTube channel. So we are making the videos available. They just don't have the agenda markers. We're working through it.
I do jump.
Understood.
And Trustee Brady touched on it, the municipal code will still be available on the new site?
Yes, definitely. I believe it's right under government, and I apologize.
That's all right.
I clicked, but there's the link right there, very visible, right on the main menu.
For those of us who get notifications, let's say the agendas, do we have to re-sign up under Notify Me?
No, if you already signed up, we will work on importing that list and make sure that you don't have to sign up again. Now, if there are new items that you wish to sign up for, then that's a different story, but that's our goal.
And for people who subscribe to crime mapping, which was through our old website, would they still come to the website for crime mapping?
Crime mapping should still be done through the same company. I believe we outsourced that service to an outside agency. I don't believe we
Right, but for
offer it.
somebody who just wants to sign up, how would they sign up if they haven't signed up? It used to be on the old website.
Very good question. I want to say it would be under the police department section, but we'll definitely make sure it is, that it is available.
Thank you.
I don't want to take time now to look for
Okay.
it, but there's also going to be a very robust search feature here as well that should help, very similar to the Google searches out there.
And I'm looking forward to the new pictures of the fountain and the four corners for Christmas and the holidays with all the new lights. Thank you, it looks great.
Thank you.
Will we have a news announcement on this, that we have a new website too?
When do you plan on launching it?
It's going to launch tonight. Yeah, we can do a press release, absolutely.
Thank you.
Trustee Vogel?
Just a couple questions. As a resident or as a member of a community organization, is there a spot in here where you can contact somebody? You have the community button. You can contact somebody to get information put out here for community events. Are we going to do that, or are we a little bit leery?
There's a couple answers to that. Community events is still listed here.
Right.
It's actually on the page you see now. One of the challenges that we ran into is the IT department created an entire site, a dedicated website as a community calendar. Understandably, the other agencies have been reluctant to contribute to that site, and we understand that because they have to enter all their information for their system, and having to re-enter it on another site is time-consuming. So that is a challenge that we've been trying to work through. Luca and I actually discussed this morning. We have a couple of ideas on ways to maybe work around that, but it is something we're going to work on. Other than that, it is similar to the way it used to be, which is minimal.
And then,
Well, the other site is called aroundwheeling.com, and
Right.
so we plan to enhance it.
yeah, I didn't know if
at
that
all.
was incorporated into this. And then last, if you get that water moving on that fountain site, that'd be great.
Very good suggestion. We'll see. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you.
Clerk Simpson, any comments?
Yes, I do. I think it's very user-friendly for people that aren't computer literate, should be very comfortable working on this because it's all self-explanatory. I think that's great.
Okay. Just a couple of things real quick. Nice job on this.
Thank you.
Maybe the slogan itself, in my opinion, should be a little bit bigger so we can see it. Otherwise, you don't.
Okay.
Okay? Just a thought. And piggybacking on Trustee Vogel, why couldn't we have on the community just a link to the Wheeling Historical Society or the Wheeling Garden Club or the Chamber of Commerce where they click on the link and just go right directly to
That's
their site?
exactly what we were talking
we're
about.
not
It's
upgrading.
a workaround. It
Right.
doesn't give you a calendar
Right.
and
And I
list
wouldn't
by
want their
day,
calendar, but at least goes to their site.
but at least it directs you to them. And
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, it looks great. I like the idea that you have access for other department heads to go into it, so this thing could be fresh, instead of waiting for you to do it, or getting a hold of you to do it, or somebody to do it. Let's keep this thing fresh, because I think a good website is only good if you put fresh things in it all the time, so.
If I can just reiterate a point that Director Ursan made, one of the biggest changes is the fact that this site is now useful from your mobile device. Before, you got a mini version of the full site, which made it very difficult to navigate
Right.
on a cell phone or on an iPad. And I know he walked through what that looks like, but once the site launches, I suggest everyone take a look at it on their mobile device, because really, that's where people are looking at websites nowadays. And that's one of the biggest changes and advantages of the new website, is the fact that it is mobile friendly.
Right. Awesome.
One last thing I forgot to mention, I just remember right now. It does have a system that uses the Google translation tool out there. So it's hard to see, at least on the big screen from my view, but maybe on your screen it's visible. Down at the bottom, you can select a different language and then we'll switch to Korean,
I see it.
Korean, Spanish, and it automatically translates all the menu options. So,
Good.
However, accuracy is not the responsibility
well,
of the
maybe we
village.
should have a disclaimer there. I'm not sure.
That's on Google.
Misinterpretations of translations. I know. Good, this is good. Good start, guys. Good start.
We'll roll it out tonight.
All right, I'm looking
Thank you
forward
for
to
your
it.
time.
Thanks.
Great, thanks, Luca.
Okay, official communication. Trustee Vito.
Maybe I'll steal John's thunder here, but there's a chamber event on Thursday night at Twin Peaks, a networking night at 5 o'clock. Trying to get some interest out to have some of these networking events useful for chamber members. And I just want to thank Officer Chris Canchis for coming to our neighborhood block party and bringing Riggs out with him. The kids all love the dog and the police car. It was a real good time, and thanks for Public Works for bringing out the barriers and all that, so thank you.
Trustee Brady.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Trustee Kruger.
Nothing for me, thanks.
Trustee Vogel.
Nothing, thank you.
Trustee Papantos.
Nothing, thank you.
Clerk Simpson.
I have a lot.
Got a lot, yeah, I know.
I don't know which one to do first. I'm really excited about the one. I think I'll do that one first. The Wheeling Senior Foundation is going to have a hot dog lunch on Sunday, September 18th at 1 o'clock. The price of the lunch is $5, and it's a hot dog lunch. You would get a hot dog, chips, cookies, whatever. But the exciting thing I heard today is it might be the, what is it? Where the Cubs will be decided on that they might be on the, win the championship for the thing, so.
The Cubs should be able to cinch
Clinch it on the 18th.
the weekend of the 18th. I think it's the 19th.
First
So we're going to
possible
clinch
day.
it on the 18th. It would be really a fabulous thing. So
chance.
for $5, you can buy your ticket at the senior center, and I think everybody should be there.
You gonna have the TV on?
Huh?
Watch the Clinton?
Yeah, that's the whole, we're going to watch it.
Are you sure?
We're going to, yeah, we're going to watch it.
Sure it's not a night game?
No, we checked that out before we did this. No, we did check that out.
All right.
Do you know who they're playing?
Sure, they're on TV?
The Brewers.
Oh, they're playing the Brewers, which will make it even better.
Yeah.
So if you have nothing to do on Sunday afternoon, September 18th, please join us at the Senior Center. For $5, you can't go wrong. And then on this coming Wednesday, the Wheeling Historical Society is having a tour of Chitterley Park at the chapel, and that'll be at 6:30, and that's for free, and the society supplies refreshments afterwards. On Saturday, August 27th, the AMVETS has their annual Corn Fest. It starts from noon to 5 at 700 McHenry Road. And for more information, call Chris at 847-537-0440. And again, Bob Chin's Charity Golf Outing benefiting the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Illinois Chapter will take place on Monday, August 29th. The event will be held in 2 locations, Hawthorne Woods Country Club in Hawthorne Woods and Royal Melbourne Country Club in Long Grove. An individual golfer is $350, a team of 4 is $1,400. For further information, please call Steve at 847-520-3633. There's a lot going on.
Not going in. Oh, good. Manager Spandelis.
Nothing this evening, thank you.
Chief, maybe help me out here a little bit. School started. A little note to everybody is be cautious. What's going on?
School is starting this week. School has started this week for some. So everybody should be aware that there'll be more pedestrians than you're used to seeing. There will be excited children on bicycles. There are buses out there. When they put the stop arm out, you're supposed to stop, let the children ingress and egress the buses, and just generally be more aware that there's more activity than you've become accustomed to the last 2 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Can I piggyback that?
Sure.
On that topic, you will also see some familiar faces as the partnership between the Village of Wheeling and School District 21 as far as crossing guards came to fruition this week with our contract through Andy Frayne. The company has hired all of the village's former employees as crossing guards, including 1 supervisor. So as far as the kids and the parents and the teachers, they will recognize all the faces out there, just in different T-shirts.
As we hoped.
As we hoped.
Good. Thanks. Let's see. That's all I have right now. Just remind everybody the Helping Hands event, Thursday, Friday, Saturday after Labor Day. Our next meeting will be the Tuesday after Labor Day. So we got a little break here for a couple of weeks, and wish everybody a safe and happy holiday, and that's it. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Trustee Brady. Second by Trustee Kruger. Roll call.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes?
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Rodriguez?
Yes. Good night, everyone.